guys, Demon Killer here, back again with another review. This time we're going to be doing a review on the Pico Squeeze. This was my girlfriend's first mod. Here it is over here. Pretty basic. It's got a button, it's got a USB port, it's got a battery port, it's got a dripper, and it has a squonk mod. So, well, a squonk bottle, I should say. So this is a squonk mod. So yeah, we'll go into that in a little bit. Take the top off here, show you. So you have to put either your own made coils into this, or you can buy coils. But yeah, we'll go into more detail with that. Yeah, pretty standard mod. Like, there's nothing too special about it. It's got standard 510 connection. As you can see, there's a hole through there for the squonk pin, which is on the bottom of the deck over there. So the liquid basically goes from that bottle. You can see there's a tube in there, up the tube, through that hole in the top, through the bottom of there, and up into the bottom of the deck there, underneath where the coil is. So yeah, so we'll get into it. The price is about 650 rand, so it's a little bit more expensive than the original, the Eco device that I did in my first video. Obviously it's a much better device. You have controllable airflow on the top, so you can either open it or close it. Okay, you have to kind of hold this because it gets a bit slippery, so there you can see it's opening and closing. Okay, so you get controllable airflow. That is nice. So you could have it as more of a mouth to lung like the original Ego device, or you could open it up and have it as a direct to lung device, which is pretty cool. I love that on all of my drippers, drip tanks, whatever it is, sub-ohm tanks. I'm all about the airflow because, as you guys saw in the first video, I like to just straight up take drags. So yeah, we'll get into what you get in the box. So, well, let me show you the box. So there it is, Pico Squeeze, made by Eleaf. And on the back we have a strawberry, apple, black currant, I think, scratch and sniff over there to verify. We've got your contents over here. Sorry, I always do this backwards. We've got your contents over there, what's in the box, and just little, what is this? Pico Squeeze with coral. Okay, this is basically a description of the product, meh. But yeah, anyway, so you also get your user manual. Pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, there's me knocking mods over and e-liquids and all that sort of stuff. It's fine, life goes on, life goes on. You get some spare cotton. Never used it, as you can see, it's still in its original wrapping. We use cotton bacon. So yeah, then you get a ultra rare limited edition blue screwdriver. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And you get a spare squonk bottle. Squish squish. So they do end up, over time, they end up retaining flavors and things like that. You can't really get the taste of previous flavors out of them, especially if it's a really strong flavor like a coffee or a dark chocolate or something like that. So yeah, they give you a spare bottle for when that one loses its taste, well, starts keeping taste, I should say. And yeah, so that is pretty much. Oh, it also comes with a USB cable, which is just a standard micro USB cable. I actually don't know where my girlfriend put it. It's her mod, like I said, so whatevs. I'm sure you guys all know what a micro USB thing looks like. Pretty much everything in the world right now, except for Apple devices, has one. Anyway, so yeah, let me just show you how it goes. I know the coil in here is not actually right, but we'll see. Might not be the best vapor production. So yeah, not bad. Not bad, not great. Give this about a 3 out of 5 on the vapor production. Maybe a 2 out of 5 on flavor. Not great on flavor, I will be honest. There's I don't know what it is, it's just not that great with flavor. Anyway, so pros and cons. The first pro is liquid capacity. That is a 6 ml bottle. Plus, you could probably, depending on how you wick it up, you could probably fit about 1.5 ml to 2 ml in the dripper before you've got leak problems. So, yeah, that's quite a big pro. You can carry this around. Well, we'll get to that. But the flaw with this is that it's a single battery. So in a mod this size, like you can basically get a mod this size with a dual battery, with just a normal drip tip or a sub-ohm tank or whatever in the top. And yeah, you probably going to be better off because you could have dual batteries, longer battery life, and then yeah, you could still put a 6 ml tank on the top. So it is a bit of a con there, but yeah, that is something you're gonna have to deal with Squonk mods. So yeah, this is a semi-regulated device. So basically there is a chip in here. So there's a little LED light just above there. You can see the hole. Let me see if I can actually get it to light up. There we go. So you have an LED on there that will tell you your power consumption, your no, sorry, not your power consumption. It'll tell you when your battery's low. It'll tell you if the coil's wrong, etc., etc. So it won't fire if there's a problem with the coil, things like that. If the battery's not in the right way, it won't fire. So it's not an unregulated mod, like where if you put the battery in the wrong way and you fire it, you could potentially like you could vent the battery, which basically all of the stuff inside the battery comes out of the battery quite excitedly. So yeah, that's not something you want happening to you. But yeah, so that is liquid capacity. Another pro is the price. You can get them for about 650. If you find them on special, you can get them for about 450 Rand. So not that expensive. Another pro is obviously the USB port. So if you don't have to go out and buy an external charger, you can just plug this straight into, basically I use my Samsung charger. Like, I'll be completely honest, I use my Samsung S7 charger and that charges these things perfectly fine. So that's cool. And another thing that is a pro about it is the external battery. So I've taken the battery cap off. Here's the battery cap. You can see a little negative in there. That is the negative of the battery. And that is the positive of the battery. When a battery vents, it will most likely vent from the positive. Not always, it depends, but most likely it will vent from the positive. As you can see on the top, there's this white, basically insulator that keeps the positive separate from the negative. You've got your battery wrap, and then you've got your negative port on the back, obviously. Not too different from a standard battery, except as you can see, it's completely flat on the top. There's no piece sticking out. There are batteries like that, but they're in the minority in vaping. And anyway, this is an 18650 battery. This is pretty much the standard battery that you're going to be finding in vaping. There's brown ones like this. I've got pink ones in here that are pretty much the same thing. To be completely honest, they're pretty much the same thing. So there we go. I've got 2 pink 18650s in there. Yeah, I'm excited for this review, but in due time, Anyway, so you have an external battery. Nice thing about this, unlike the Ego mod that I showed in my first review, is that you can buy one of these. It's about 150 to 190 Rand, depending on the make, model, amperage, etc. A whole bunch of variables. They're about 150 to 200 bucks, plus minus, about there. And yeah, they're pretty much all the same thing. What I would recommend is you go for, I've heard this actually from another vapor, you basically go for, if the company makes TVs, they probably make good batteries. So I'm not sure, this is an LG, the pink ones are Samsungs, you get Sonys. So yeah, try and go for a well-known brand is all I could say. Try not to go for like a brand that you've never heard before, because you never know. They're probably okay, but you can complain to Samsung when your battery explodes in a regulated mod for absolutely no reason. You probably won't be able to find some of these other Chinese companies to say, hey, your battery almost killed me. So, nah, rather go be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. Get a good quality battery. Anyway, that is a video pretty much in itself, battery safety. But anyway, so that is my pro list for this device. We then have a con list. Unfortunately, there is a con list. So right there, a con. Like, this battery cap is so difficult to get on when you've got the drip tip on. This is a 22mm diameter dripper, just by the way, if you'd ever want to change this or customize it. It's a 22mm, which in itself is a con. So right there, we've got another con. You can only put 22mm in this. Now, back in the day, maybe 5 years ago, 22mm was standard. That's what you got. But now everything is bigger. So we've got the tugboat over here, which is another 22mm. I specifically bought this for a 22mm device. Anyway, this right here is the sub-ohm tank that came with my Vape, Geek Vape Starry Night, and as you can see, it is well bigger. This is a 25mm, and then you also get 23mm and 24mm. So big con, you can only put a 22mm on here, and they aren't really that easy to find. Big con. Okay, next con is it is very easy to squeeze this bottle too hard. Like when you're first getting used to it, you just give it one hell of a squeeze and the liquid fills up all the way up here, and it runs out these little airflow holes that you saw on the side, or it just ends up overflowing and running between this piece and this outside cover where it goes on. So the second you pull this off, you've got a whole bunch of liquid running down onto your mod. Not a good thing. So over squonking, very, very possible. Next problem is no control. So as much as this thing won't necessarily explode in your hands, it is unregulated, well, semi-unregulated. So like I said, the coil that is in here is not the right coil. It is not the right resistance. It's draining the battery. You can basically get about 10 pulls on this and it gives you an overheat warning. It tells you that the coil's overheating or the device itself is overheating, whatever the case may be. The batteries last maybe 2 hours, so it drains power like crazy. So you have to specifically get a 0.3 ohm coil for this. If you're going to be building coils, whether it be a dual or a single coil, build to 0.3 ohms. That is my golden ticket for this mod. This is probably a 0.6 or a 0.8 ohm coil in here. This is taking so long to heat up that you're not really getting much vapor. So yeah, coil in here is too high resistance. So either know what you're doing with your coil making, or just buy pre-made 0.3 ohm dual coils or 0.3 ohm single coils. So that is a con. And then spit back. So spit back, basically what happens is when there's too much liquid, like I said, from the over squonking, and you fire it, you end up getting all that splatter, all that beautiful right there that you see, all that goes straight into your mouth. And I will tell you that they are maybe biting your mouth, like on the edge of your lip really hard. Maybe that is comparable to what a solid drop of this stuff feels like. It hits you and you know that you've just been hit in the lip by a boiling drop of e-liquid. Not fun. I have a few other drippers. Obviously, as you saw, I got the tugboat. I've also got the fishbone, which is on my Starry Night. See in there, it's got a dual coil running. No spit back at all. And same thing on the tugboat, no spit back at all. But this coral that is on here, spit back like crazy. Like crazy. So yeah, not really fun having liquid, hot liquid sprayed in your mouth. Even before the fact that it's nicotine and you probably shouldn't be ingesting this stuff. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's my pro and con list. I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter because the last one took me almost 2 days to upload. This one's going to probably take about a day and a half. I'm waiting for my fiber line to be installed, and once that's installed, hopefully it'll take maybe 2 hours at most to upload a video like this. But anyway guys, once again, that is the Pico Squeeze by Eleaf. And yeah, overall, pretty good mod. If you're interested in doing a little bit of research on coils, then it's a great mod. If you want to just pick something up, vape it, and never have to worry about it, I definitely would not recommend this mod at all. If you know a little bit about vaping, you build your own coils, or you know to ask for a 0.3 ohm coil and know how to install your own coils, things like that, absolutely great mod. Like, beautiful fucking mod. But yeah, for me, definitely not my choice. And that's the thing, I will say that at the end of all of these videos, because I've had my choice and we will get to my choice. There is one more mod coming up, which is the Funchai. This is my girlfriend's new mod and I'm actually using it. That's why my tugboat is on it, because she's hijacked my Vaperesso swag, which is my baby. That is my first vape, and beautiful, gorgeous piece. I showed it in my first video. But yeah, so anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys enjoyed the product review. Maybe some of you guys will pick it up. Let me know in the comments. If you have one, let me know in the comments. If you know someone who has one, maybe giving it a few drags, let me know in the comments. But anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. It's Demon Killer Vapes. Peace guys.